welcome to the show. Today we're going to talk about beauty and barbering, which I think is just such an interesting topic because I have the two powerhouses here that are behind Champions Barber and Beauty Academy. I'll get the name completely right. Jennie Lawrence is director of Champions, and Lorraine Gritten is the owner and founder of this barber Academy. And you were one of the finalists for the Leading Waco Women thing that happened this fall. And it was just a delight to get to hear your story and to see how your work and mentoring and teaching and educating, how that has brought you to this point here. So welcome.
Thank you for having us.
So I'm going to start with you, Lorraine. And
Okay.
what started your career in this area? You've been doing this kind of work for 4 decades.
41 years to be exact.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm a second generation barber school owner, and so it started very young. My mom owned a barber school, and so I started very young. Got my license in 1985, and then I went to cosmetology school right after that through high school, and I got my massage therapy license in 2005 because I needed all the license for all the businesses that I was having and established. So. Yeah.
So did you do a lot of massage yourself, or you just really wanted the training, or
I always.
what was the connection with the?
Well, the massage came just because I wanted to have a spa.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't
Yeah, that's
really,
the whole thing, yeah.
I didn't really need to be the service provider as a massage therapist, but I wanted to make sure that if someone didn't show up for the bridal event of, when everybody comes for all the spa treatments,
That's right.
I needed to be the backup person to fill in.
Sure.
So I had to be licensed and everything.
Okay, well, that's great. Jennie Lawrence, it's good to have you too. Now, Jennie, tell me what kind of got you started in this field.
I've always wanted to be a hairstylist.
Really?
Since I was a little girl, and I knew that. I did go right into school. I moved from Alabama to Dallas, and I went to the Paul Mitchell Partnership School there. After that, I was behind the chair for a few years and ended up moving to Waco, and that's where I met Lorraine, and she gave me a 25-year-old inexperienced kid a chance, and she taught me so much, and we kind of went our separate ways for a while. And during 2020 is when I saw the resurgence of the need for us. I think that it really elevated our industry, and I found myself talking clients through haircuts. I found myself teaching, how to make sure that the color they pick from Walmart is going to work because we were shut down.
Yeah, I was going to say that was COVID.
Yes, I had a
2020,
full clientele.
Yeah.
But my husband is compromised, and so it wasn't safe for me to go back to work
Right.
first. So that is where the technology changed for our industry quite a bit, and that's where the education really expanded, where we're able to do things online and learn the theory part, which is the why and not the how behind cutting hair and all of the chemicals and all of the things.
I
So
was going to say there's a good bit of science involved
tons of science.
between
Yes.
permanent wave solutions and straightening solutions and all
definitely.
the chemicals that you deal with that those mixes are right. And then you got the whole artistry aspect behind the color.
Yes.
It's a lot of science. It's a lot of math. It's actually math.
It is math, it's
a lot of math,
science,
it's science,
it's
microbiology,
actually
but,
infection
yeah,
control
Oh,
and
for
learning
sure.
how
Yeah.
to keep the public safe in general.
Because you have
Yeah.
to be licensed as a hairdresser, right?
Correct.
Tell
Yep.
me a little bit about that.
So the licensure is so that we are to keep the public safe. We're like doctors and nurses. We touch people, literally touch people. We deal with things from first haircuts all the way to cancer diagnoses. And then
Right,
also getting our clients ready for their final departure. That is something that we do that people don't realize,
Yeah.
that there is so much behind it and there's so much more of a connection. And it is a lifelong and even surpassing death sometimes. We take care of our clients and make sure that they look like they're supposed to. It's a very good closure for our clients that are survivors, and then it is something special that it's hard to explain outside of that. But
Yeah, I have heard of that the hairdresser would then go to the funeral home
yes,
to do that last hairstyle.
yes,
We just did
Or
that a couple
nails
months
or-
ago.
we did.
For a friend of ours, yes.
Oh, no, really? Yeah, I mean, really, people don't think about that. They don't think about it. So what what it kind of motivated you to expand your credentials to become educators? I mean, it was the 2020 pandemic that kind of,
For me, it was, but
yeah.
I was able to reach out and reconnect with Lorraine in that time, and I don't want to speak for her, but I know what it is. I mean, she needed barbers because, unfortunately, it does have an ebb and a flow in our industry, but barbering had kind of lost an appeal in the 90s due to the AIDS epidemic because razors. People stopped using razors and they stopped going to barbers, and barbers stopped.
Really?
It was pretty intense for our industry, and she experienced that more. But in 2010, I'll pass it back to her because in 2010 is when she realized and saw something. We were separate at the time. I was building my clientele and building a business while she was as well.
Yeah, what I was seeing is we all remember the Duck Dynasty.
Uh-huh.
Phil is his name,
Uh-huh.
and the beards were
Oh, yeah,
was
mountain
becoming
man
a thing.
looking,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. And so that was actually around 2016 that I felt the resurgence of it's coming. Barbering is coming back, and so understanding the beard grooming and the trend of that, and to keep men cleaner looking and more groomed was becoming men were doing more things that women were doing, you know. So I saw that I wanted to be the first to have Waco's first luxury barbershop. And I always like being the first in a lot of things.
Yeah.
I brought a lot of things to Waco, but being the first to me was my dream. I always wanted to have Waco's first luxury downtown barbershop. And so to create that, at the time I went to the local barber school and I thought, okay, I'll just go help that school help me get some barbers. And then I went in there and walked out and said I would never hire anybody. They were not the kind of professionalism that I was looking for. So I remember telling my husband, Kevin, we have to create them. We're going to have to create them. And he was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, we have to open a school. And at that time, I didn't have my license to be an instructor. And at that time, you had to have 500 hours. So,
That's
went
a
through.
lot.
Yeah, it was a lot. And at the time, I had Champion Salon and Barber and full staff and my own clientele. I was booked out. And so I decided, well, I couldn't go to a school here. I had to go to Fort Worth. And that's when I realized that schools that I thought would have that higher education did not meet the standard that I wanted, even at that school. So I got the 500 hours, made a lot of sacrifices, and there were so many challenges that came my way to make this happen. But I made it happen. I got the 500 hours after having 40, several years, not at the time, not 40, but several years behind the chair. And it was just how to engage with students and how to run a classroom. And at the time, I really didn't even want a full program. I really just wanted to take some cosmetologists who've already passed the test,
Right.
who wanted to cross over to be a barber, and that's only 300 hours. And I thought, oh, that will be easy. They've already passed a test. They've already done these things that I could just run a glorified barbershop through these, crossing these people over. And I'll never forget, there's this guy that came in, and he said, I want to come to school here because I've retired from the railroad and I met the love of my life, and she's a nail tech in West, and I want to have a barbershop right next to her. And that was his dream. And he said, here's like, it was a lot of money. And he was like, I really need you to do that. Have this 1,000, or at the time it was 1,500 hours. And I was like, oh, here I go. And then it was on. Then I had to hire
That's right.
educators, and that was in 2018.
Game on, yeah.
And so Jennie came later,
Yeah.
several years later. So there was a lot of struggles in the beginning. And then we were known to be a barber school first, and then the cosmetology, the esthetician, the lashes, nails, and massage therapy came. So we have 6 programs.
Yeah, so many different things. Years ago, when I was doing Central Texas Living, my photographer, Doug Galler, we went to Champions
Yes,
Barber
I remember
College.
that, yeah.
And do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
And he had never had his beard
Yes.
done before, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Watching him, and he liked that. He thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, for me, that was a fun time being a beardsmith. I even had T-shirts made, "Let me be your beardsmith." So it was a good time. I miss
Yeah.
those days. I miss being behind the chair.
Yeah, because you have that interaction
Yeah.
with the customers, and it's really as when we were talking earlier about my interview with LaKeith Jones, who was a barber and wrote a book
Yeah.
about it, the stories from the chair, and how you really get to know. You're almost almost like a counselor.
Yes.
Therapy and makeup was my
Yeah,
business
that's
before I
it.
retired.
Yeah. So, your students they get exposure to the full range of, or do some want to say, can you be more laser focused on, I just want to be a barber, so I just need to know how to do this.
Well, the laws have changed. There's
Uh-huh.
been a merging that's happened. So before there was barbers and cosmetologists, and so when I had the professional location, Champion Salon and Barber, whenever I would hire a cosmetologist, they didn't know how to do a fade, and they weren't licensed to do the straight razor. And so when I would hire a barber, they didn't know how to style hair. So there was such it was just a disconnect that I hated, that I had to teach them anyways,
Yeah.
for them to work for me, because we were so well diversified in everything, in everybody's hair.
Yeah.
And hair doesn't have any gender, even through especially the last decade, we're seeing that it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman. I could have her haircut,
Super short.
super short. So
So I was going to ask, do you have more women wanting to become barbers
Yes.
as opposed to gentlemen?
it started out more men,
Yeah.
but it's about 50-50 now, isn't it?
I think
Yeah.
that we're crossing over
Yeah, for
into
sure.
our school being both. It is the women are taking over, is what I've been saying,
Right,
because
for sure.
just because we are able to do all of the other things as well, and men are starting to get more of what used to be considered a feminine service. Facials, they want good skin, they want their
Right.
healthy skin, healthy beard. We talk to them about that, and they really, the females tend to be more interested in that aspect of it, and so they're able to get and do different things that are only licensed by barbers. For example, dermaplaning is only licensed for a barber or someone that has a medical doctor that they are under.
right.
And so a barber
Interesting.
can do dermaplaning due to the fact that we are straight razor trained in bloodborne pathogens and all of the things that could be a risk when you are using a razor.
Yeah, yeah. I can imagine the shaving cream on a balloon, and you're
We do that.
Do that, actually.
We do that. That's definitely part of the training.
Yes.
Jenny hates when the balloons
I do
pop.
not do I don't do the
that
little
makes a
germ
big
bubbles.
mess. No doubt.
Oh,
It's
shaving
funny.
cream
It's
goes
so
everywhere.
funny. And they have a good time.
Yes.
We do that in a separate area. Obviously, we can't have balloons popping while people are actually shaving people. We have a huge classroom at our facility that we are able to do different things with the students that can mock real services before they start. And that's also a law that they have to do 10% of their program in order to service the public, because we do have to get through that, what we call phase 1, where you're learning the infection control process as well as some of the why behind what is going to be coming your way. And it makes everything click so much better for them to have experienced some of it with each other, and before they get to the public, which everyone's nervous. It is a school, and they're learning, and it is one of those things where they have to get that done first.
So first of all, where are you located? Where is the?
We're at 3336 Garden Drive, Highway 77 in Garden, just up the street from University High School.
Okay,
Right
okay,
behind
that's
Circle Drug.
Yeah, right behind
So
Circle.
I know some of the other, like MCC and some of the other programs, they have a way for the public to come in at a much discounted amount, have a student do their facial, or do you do that kind of thing as well?
Oh, yeah, and we have a large clientele.
Do
We have
you?
faithful, loyal clients. And so this is where the students get the real world experience and build that confidence. I don't really want to compare ourselves, but one thing I do know to be true is that we have more clientele that the students can service than most schools. We network it, we market it as if it's like, it's a place where you can get a discounted service, but you're not going to feel like you're getting a school cut, because our educators are so well trained and oversee and supervise them along the way. And we know which ones are struggling with maybe something, and they'll step in and do one part while the student does the other part and stand beside them.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And I would imagine on some, of the processes, like do you do color and all that kind of
Coloring
stuff?
and
All that.
perm, we
Yeah.
do everything.
We do everything
do
that is
everything.
Licensed under our scope.
Scope of practice, yeah.
Hair removal,
Lashes.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're dermatological school, so we use great products for the skincare and chemical peels. And
Okay, I
stuff.
want to talk more with you about that. We're going to take a quick break first. I want to tell you that this show is brought to you today by the Wild Watusi Boutique located in Hewitt. Stay with us. More of the shows ahead.
US makes studio quality voiceovers for your videos online in over 149 languages and dialects. Never been easier to create professional grade videos and voiceovers. Try it today at easeus.com. That's EASEUS.com. Ease US.
At Mapiful, we believe in celebrating your journey. Our unique personalized products are designed to boost your confidence. From custom home decor to meaningful gifts, we help you cherish the memories that make you who you are. Visit mapiful.com and start celebrating your story today.
Finding a sleep sack that my baby likes has been a struggle.
The sleep sack from Joy is a major upgrade.
It is all natural eucalyptus, which is breathable and hypoallergenic.
Kevin and Lorraine Gritten are the owners of Champions Academy here in Waco. They've just built this giant umbrella kind of connecting the art of barbering, cosmetology, hair, skin, nails, the whole nine.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Champions Academy is your path to success in the beauty industry. Our structured academic and hands-on training programs are led by dedicated professionals who teach not just technique, but how to run a business. Whether you're launching your beauty career or seeking affordable, professional beauty services, Champions delivers excellence. Enjoy great customer care, a respected reputation, and a commitment to helping you look and become your best. Be more than a stylist. Be a champion.
Welcome to Champions Barber Academy. Champions Barber Academy is the only barber school in Waco, Texas. We strive to teach our students the fine details of the craft, including the importance of sanitation, proper etiquette, retaining clients, social media management, retailing products, and networking to increase your client base. Champions Barber Academy staff are fully licensed and experienced in the barbering industry. Students learn a wide range of barbering skills, from haircutting and styling to the art of straight razor shaves. Call or come by to learn more and reserve your spot today.
At Mitzi, we believe the right light can transform any space. Mitzi has the perfect design for you. Beautiful, well-made lighting without the high price tag. Discover your perfect light at mitzi.com. That's MITZI.com. Mitzi.
Waco Civic Theater is presenting Christmas in the Land of Oz from today, December 19th, through tomorrow, the 20th. The Wicked Witch of the West becomes the Grinch in this delightful holiday play when she steals Christmas from Munchkinland. It takes all of your Oz favorites, Dorothy and Toto, Scarecrow, Tin Man, the Lion, and the Munchkins, to bring the Yuletide holiday back. In the process, the Tin Man recovers his sense of humor, the Lonely Lion finds himself a lady companion, and Dorothy finds the spirit of Christmas to bring back to Kansas. Join AC Hotel Waco downtown, located at 600 Mary Avenue, as they ring in the new year Vegas style. You can enjoy drinks, a casino, a live band, chef-curated bites, raffles, and so much more as long as you are over 21 years old. Tickets are $85 and doors open at 7:30 p.m., kicking off a celebration that will last until around 1 a.m. in 2026. I'm Elizabeth Riley with Act Locally Waco, and I will see you next time.
And we are back with Lorraine Gritten, who is the owner and founder of the Champions Barber and Beauty Academy, and Jennie Lawrence, who is her director. And it really is interesting to me to visit with the two of you and just learn about all the different aspects of when you make that appointment with your hairdresser or with a barber, all the hours of training that go into having that person qualified, number one.
Yes.
And then you have to kind of put your trust and faith that they're going to look at your head and go, yeah, this is the kind of style you need. I mean, you do a lot of that kind of advising as well, I would assume.
Yeah, we help the students connect with the clients, and then the consultation is the creating part of it, and to make sure they execute it what the client wants, and to fulfill not only just the haircut or the color service, but how do they want their hair styled, and do you want volume, do you want curl, do you want it straight? So they're getting a lot of real world experience that I feel like that it sets them apart when they get out in the real world, because they have the confidence, because sometimes schools only have maybe the ability to have like a handful of clients. Well, with our students, they could literally get 2 or 3 or 4 a day. And on Saturdays, there's some that get 8 or 10. So
really?
that helps with repetition and consistency.
Right.
And it helps their hand-eye coordination. And we also teach them like how to properly greet the client and the point of sale, how to check them out properly, and how to use the point of sale, where it's just the technology and the soft skills, just making sure they say hello is really important.
Yeah, making people feel comfortable. When we're just talking about all these different aspects of what a beautician or esthetician does, with the dermatology and so forth. Let's talk a little bit more about that. Skincare is something you say that the gentlemen and the ladies are interested or should be interested in.
Absolutely.
What is your best tip?
Well,
regarding that,
all men should be doing some type of manscaping, to look good, and you look good, you feel good. So
my number one would definitely be sunscreen.
Yes, for
sunscreen, because
sure.
men do not think about that. And your barber, it's a lot of the time your first offense. When you find the any kind of skin issues, men, the number one place that they get skin cancer is on their ears.
The
ball
tops of
cap.
the ear.
Yep. And so we are able to speak that to our clients, and we teach the students that as well, because the outside being healthy is definitely important, and the inside follows a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because you feel good about yourself, and then you think positive thoughts, and you do become what you think. So I think that we help to guide people with that. But the skincare part of it is definitely a major, major component in all that we do, because cosmetologists do makeup, estheticians do makeup. If you don't have healthy skin, it will affect a beard, your makeup application, all of those things. So drink water and sunscreen. Those are my two favorite things.
Very good advice there. But also, I can't see the back of my head. Only my hairdresser really knows when she's blowing my hair dry. If you see a mole or something, some irregularity.
Yes.
I mean, that's life-saving.
And we have had that. I actually found it on one of my clients, and I told him, if you do not talk to doctor about this, I'm calling your wife. And he said, okay, I'll go. And he did, and they took care of it, and it could have possibly gone into another case of melanoma, which had already been something he had beat before.
Oh my gosh! Well, you just do not fool around with that. What qualities do you look for in a successful student that comes to your academy?
Yeah, qualities. Well, we get them from all ages, fresh out of high school, and some that are still in high school. We have students that have the drive and passion to go to school, and the desire go to school and come to school at our school at night and on Saturdays. So by the time they graduate, they are ahead of the game,
Yeah.
But those are the few and far between, and it seems to be more girls than guys that are more hungry, in my opinion. Just here lately we've been experiencing that. But I just like them when they're hungry. Like, I want them to, I don't want them to be on TikTok learning it. You paid a lot of money and do this time to come to our amazing academy, and we have years of knowledge between all of our educators and hands-on experience. So I just love the students that are hungry and are always like, what more can you give me? What more can you teach me? And I'm like, yes. And of course, Jenny's like, you're showing them favoritism. I'm like, yes, I am, because they're hungry. I'm going to feed them.
And I think I might be on the other side of that, where, it's hard for young people now. A lot of things are a lot harder. Social skills are harder, and we are dealing with people that were in high school during COVID, and that was a very difficult time for everyone
I think
involved.
it was a setback.
It's a huge setback, and so my goal is to help to build champions. They're not yet. They want to be. Lorraine is a champion. Miss Liz, Christina, Big A, all of our educators.
Jenny
are.
I was wondering how many educators you have working with y'all.
We have 10 staff,
Yes.
and we have Miss Genevieve, who is our esthetician instructor. We have Miss Martha, who does nails and lashes. She's still doing lashes. And we also have Big A, who is our nighttime barber instructor for theory, and then he helps the guys so much. He's such a good man, a good dad.
And he's also one of our graduates.
He is. He's
Oh, that's
4 years
graduated,
ago, so
so-
we like to hire
absolutely
within if we can.
So he knows the culture.
Yes,
he
the
does.
culture's
and
there,
then
yes.
and then Christina is our floor supervisor. Miss Liz is amazing. She's got the patience of a saint.
Yeah.
She is with our phase 1, and she is she's just incredible, and she knows how to really I don't want to say simplify, but really that's probably the best word, is to simplify and to start that foundation for them is wonderful. Then we have Candy, who is our administration assistant, who is much smarter than I am. I say that I wouldn't be able to do my job without her. She helps tremendously. And then, of course, Lorraine is pretty much our guest speaker. Her and Kevin, they teach business, and they really help to cultivate the culture that we're trying to build of champions. So it is, I love what I do. I love, I have said this, that I am bossy and I'm nosy, and I took all of those bad attributes and I found a job that I have to have that. And that's what it is. So I'm the director, and I love helping to build people up and to give them the opportunities that really actually helped me through my entire life. I was a single mom. I had a really bad custody battle, and we persevered because I had people like Lorraine behind me, and that had taught me and that were willing to invest in me. I've been at another shop before I went to this school, and those relationships that you build are not only with your clients, but it's with our industry, and our industry is about helping people. So yes, we have many staff. We have the lowest ratio, the highest ratio of instructor to student of any school in Central Texas.
Okay.
And we pride ourselves on that. We want them to learn and to elevate our industry.
So when a student comes, you said there's so many, it's kind of done in hours as opposed to semesters, or how does the school year, if you will, work?
Well, Jenny will probably elaborate on this, but we have been, since 2018, hour-based, and there's been some changes in the law that went from 1,500 hours down to 1,000 hours in 2022. And that's been having some struggles for schools because the test didn't change. There are some things that Jenny's implementing that I think is evolving us to the next level of higher education by utilizing a merit-based program that she's put together, and I'm very proud of her and what she's done. She puts a lot of time and effort into making our school better. But we just recently switched over to more of a credit-based instead of hours. It's still hours. They still have to do that, but now they have to do things to complete that semester. And it's making everybody's life easier. And the students are going to learn more, I feel.
Right.
About
Well,
that.
they'll be more confident then when they're ready to go out on their own.
Yeah.
So you have a graduation ceremony. What?
Yeah,
what do
4
you do?
times a year.
Uh-huh.
We bring in someone, Ken Nobles, who comes in and he'll do the commencement, and usually Jennie is the MC of all of it, and everybody's hugging and kissing, and the loved ones are there. And then I bring in a photographer for their professional headshot and their family shots, and they can wear their graduation gowns if they choose to. We have cake and punch, and just celebrate their all their achievements. We give them, we give them, in addition to their diploma, they get anything they went above and beyond, and we like to give them those certificates.
Well, and also there's certain things you have to have, tools of the trade, scissors, and all that kind of stuff. I would think some of that's kind of expensive. Is that part of the tuition?
It's tuition based plus there's a kit that we put together. We pride ourselves on 2 things that we do different. A lot of schools give you the kit, and it's just the kit, it's your kit. Well, one thing I found out early on is that they were ruining these really nice shears that I wanted them to have, and they were dropping them because they're learning how to hold it. So I supplied.
It's a little awkward.
It's for sure awkward in the beginning. They're holding them like scissors, and it's like more like a shear. It's held different. So anyways, we provided our phase 1. Obviously they're mannequins, but they get the school shears, and so they're more like a $40 pair of shears versus a $400 pair of shears.
They can be very expensive.
Yes. So those are disposable from the standpoint of every other class we replenish
Just
that.
replace them, yeah.
But that's what we do. We give them what they need in their phase 1, and then when they go on the floor, it's like Christmas, and they get all this new stuff. And for me, it's about what the client's experience would be about. I don't want them having a pair of trimmers or clippers that dropped on the floor, and then you're going to go eat a client's neck, and it's going to bite them. The clippers and trimmers can do that, and I want them to be brand new, and I want them to be familiar with their hand-eye coordination so that the client has a better experience.
So much involved
So much.
with this, which is, it's delightful though for me to really get into the tall weeds with the two of you about this. So your favorite part of the job, Lorraine, we'll start with you.
Well, I have the best part of it. I get to do what I want to do. As Jennie said, I guess I come in as the platform artist, and I'm a little bit advanced, and so I have to be careful not to come in too early, and I have to let Liz do her job and let them go in with the basics, and then
not overwhelm them.
Later I get into where I get to do the fun things, and obviously the business. We've owned a commission-based salon. We've had independent contractor salon, and if I had my way, I would teach every salon owner to have a commission-based salon and then get the culture right. But that's a whole nother show, that one. But I've done it right. I've done it both ways, and I felt like I've done it right the second time when we went commission.
Yeah, that's good to know. What about you? Favorite part?
Well, it is hard because you go from being somebody's favorite person to come to not always being that. I'm very, very stern when it comes to.
Well, yeah, you've got to be.
I have to be,
right,
and I give respect that I expect. That's one of the major things that I try to do. But I also have told the students, you don't have to be friends, but you have to be friendly. Yep. That makes a difference because you can be respectful and not nice.
Right.
So because people don't always want to hear what they can be better at, it's a thankless job sometimes, and that's okay. But there's very few times where I get that text message that says, thank you for being my rock and being the family I didn't know I needed, pushing me to not give up. And so those text messages, that's why I do it, because I know that this industry is so very rewarding that it keeps me knowing that because I'm allowing the next generation to be able to grow the way that I was, it makes it worth it to me. It also is, I want to elevate our industry. Like I said, COVID really opened people's eyes to how important we are. And we're not just barbers. We're not just a hairdresser. I tell the students that all the time. You are not just that. There's so much more to you, and you need to know so many things. So giving that knowledge and giving back. I try to be the teacher that I needed. I am dyslexic. A lot of people that go into trade school do not have the book drive. And I feel like if you feel like you have a negative quality, I'm going to help you turn that into your superpower. Because that is mine. ADHD, dyslexic, very medicated for your protection. But I can relate to the students that are coming in that have this anxiety that they don't know how to deal with due to COVID. I've lived through it. And so I try to be the teacher that I needed. And that's my favorite part.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's just a delight to get to hear from the two of you. Champions Barber and Beauty Academy, located on a Garden Drive. And if you'd like to make an appointment, I guess, to...
Yeah, you can go to Champions, with an S, championsacademy.com, and you can find a service provider and the service you want and get it scheduled. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, and we take our first appointment at 11 because we have class in the morning, and then our last appointment of the day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, for folks at work. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so we can take some night appointments, and then we're 9 to 3 on Saturday, but we take our last walk-in at 2. So it's a great industry. I feel like I've never worked a day in my life, and I love everything about it. So making people feel good.
And if folks are interested maybe in a career path, maybe they want to reinvent themselves, they can reach out. How?
Yeah, so you go to our website, and there you can schedule a tour right from the front page of the website. It will say become a client or become a student, so you click on what way you want to go. Yeah, and it's very user friendly.
Jennie, thank you so much. Lorraine, it's been a delight to have the two of you here today.
Well, thank you for having us.
Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead. A big thank you to our sponsor, Fox & Co. Bakery. Check them out for delicious baked goods and your catering needs.
At Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat, we're proud to be your premier destination in Waco for exceptional automotive service. Whether you're searching for a new vehicle, a quality pre-owned car, or dependable service and parts, our team is here to take care of you every step of the way. Visit Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Waco, where great deals, friendly service, and your next ride are waiting. Come by, let's be friends.
A big thank you to our sponsor, Fox & Co. Bakery. Check them out for delicious baked goods and your catering needs.
So all you have to do is tap your Popple to the back of someone's phone, like that, and they instantly get your social media and contact info right on their screen. They don't need an app or a Popple to receive your info. So get your Popple today and start impressing everyone you meet. Make it pop.
I know you're gonna love this Kodak Dot Plus printer. You guys just connect it to your smartphone. I can assure you, you are going to love this printer as much as my family has. You guys have to check it out for yourself.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. NordVPN.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
Welcome back to the show. There is an amazing event coming up, and it will be at MCC at the Ball Performing Arts Center, and I'm talking about Dancefest, and I am delighted to have Hannah Requa here with us today. Hannah, we haven't had a chance to really talk. We have met at Children's Symphony.
Correct. Yes.
Because you are an amazing choreographer and you have just done some beautiful stuff for the Children's Concert Series.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for that. I mean, it's just delightful. It's wonderful. But this is something totally different. So tell me about Dancefest.
Dancefest, and we call it 254 Dancefest, or shorthand in the dance world now is starting to be 254.
Oh, okay, so
which is
everybody just
fun.
knows what you're talking about when
It's
you say
starting to,
254.
which is very
That's
exciting.
good, yeah.
Yes. It originally started in 2012 under Doreen Ravenscroft and Cultural Arts of Waco, and it was part of Waco Cultural Arts Fest then. And Brooke Schlechte was the first director of it way back then. And it paused with COVID, as everything else did. And then when the world was reopening, I had moved to Waco and met Brooke, and she said, "Here, I want you to have this." And I said, "Thanks," little knowing what I was getting involved in. But I just adore being the director of this and bringing, we've changed it a little bit to bring in a lot of professional groups around Texas. And we have a gala performance where the performers earn an honorarium for coming. And that has really elevated the festival to...
And it truly is professional.
It truly is professional. And there are a lot of pre-professional groups that submit and come, and we try and give them an opportunity to perform as well in our afternoon concert on Saturday and on Sunday as well. And then we have student groups from around Waco and outside areas who come and they take part of our Next Gen program, which is a masterclass and an audition series. With this year, it'll be with Randall Flynn of A Damn Dance Company in Houston. And then they get to perform on Sunday afternoon with some of these groups.
It truly is a unique opportunity.
It is.
To see top flight dancers.
Yes, it is. It's very different. Waco does not have a professional dance company locally, and we have beautiful studios and drill teams and dance teams.
Oh, wonderful. Joy School of Dance. I mean, you just go down the list.
But there's no professional level dance of a concert, so the more classic, modern, contemporary, or even a ballet company. So it really, I think, opens students' eyes to see, oh, there's more than just my drill team at high school, which is beautiful, but they don't know that something more exists.
Yeah, well, so what inspired the creation of this kind of a festival, a dance festival?
Well, I think when it started, it was part of Cultural Arts Fest, and it was just one of the arts that was celebrated. And so
right,
when,
dance as opposed to, the visual arts or music
yes,
or whatever.
And it was part of that. So it was happening in the convention center at the same time. All the music performances were happening and the street art was occurring outside. And I think it got a little lost. And so when I took it over, Doreen supported me pulling it out and giving it its own weekend and kind of heroing the event and the art form itself, because it doesn't have a big presence yet in Waco, and I'm trying to change that.
yeah. Well, it's on its way, but it does bring these professional dance companies from all across the state.
Yes,
and even outside of Texas.
Yes, we have a company from Kansas City coming this year, and a work from a professor in Michigan, and one from Florida. So we have a lot.
Yeah,
that's
coming
great. In.
So how do you go about selecting the groups?
We put a call out for submissions, and we do this through Instagram, and I have some emails that I'll send out, but the growth has been word of mouth, which is very humbling and wonderful, and that is the best way for an event to grow. And we received 67 submissions this year, and there's a panel, a committee.
And how many total can you take?
Oh, I kept upping the number. So we don't have a cap. It's more about the time length of the dances.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Each year will be a little bit different. There are at least 10 companies in the gala every year, and this year we have 12. There were some phenomenal pieces that we just had to invite. Yes.
Yeah.
And so a committee will meet with me, and we will view all the dances and decide which ones go where, and if we can take them, if we can't, if we just try and extend that invitation to come and still do the master classes and come to the shows, because these are free shows. These are free performances.
I was going to ask you, is there a charge?
No, ma'am. Donations always accepted.
Right. So how are you doing the honorariums then?
Through grants.
Okay.
Yes, through grants, and then the support of Doreen through the Cultural Arts of Waco.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, it really is. It's exciting. As you're describing it, it kind of sounds like, Waco Indie Film Fest and how you kind of curate submissions to bring it all together in wrap it up in a pretty bow.
We do our best. Yes.
So this runs January 9th through the 11th.
Yes.
So is there a way folks can kind of get a list of who's when and all that kind of thing?
There will be posts going up on Instagram this week because we have just finalized some of the performers for each of the performances.
Okay.
And then they're also up on the Dancefest page through Waco Cultural Arts Fest or Cultural Arts of Waco. So they will be online there as well. And we will be sending out some postcards, but it's really just kind of online right now that we're announcing things. So what you can come to, anyone can come to a masterclass. They will be geared toward the pre-professional and the pro level dancer, but people can observe. And
how interesting that
those tickets are $5 to observe the class, because then that goes to the teacher.
Sure.
And the concerts, though, are free. And so you can just come at 2 p.m. to the Ball Performing Arts Center and see some of our pre-professional and professional companies, or you can come at 7 p.m. and see the gala, which is stunning. I cannot wait to see it live because I've only seen these on video submissions. So I'm very excited to see them live.
So they pack up and bring all the costumes and all the...
They do.
Are there sets, or is it pretty much a bare stage? Or?
Some dances have props and set pieces and things, and some do not. A lot of what creates an atmosphere in dance is the lighting. And so we work with Riley Lohr and Melissa Lohr, our lighting and sound technicians, and he is doing a great job helping and working with the directors to create the exact lighting that they want for the piece, and that really helps the atmosphere of it.
So the types and styles of dances, it's just a wide variety, it sounds like.
Yes, within the modern and contemporary
frame.
So
we're not going to see a scene from Swan Lake.
No, no, not this year. We're trying to figure out. We're getting more varied submissions. We got a number of cultural dances this year that we are trying to find a place for them to perform because they were just beautiful. And we got some point works this year. And it's...
What does that mean?
Toe shoes, point.
So they're on point. Okay.
So it's more ballet submissions that we received. And we are trying to really champion modern and contemporary dance. And so we're trying to stay true to that mission and find different ways to bring these people back to Waco. So I'm hoping more dance events are in our future because we're keeping those relationships close.
Well, and I would assume it's growing from year to year.
It is, which is really exciting. I think we had twice as many submissions this year than we did last year.
Yeah. Are there any particular pieces, you've mentioned a few, that you're really excited about?
Yes, I'm so excited to see Bruce Wood Dance is sending, they're from Dallas, and they are sending a male solo from a new work being created for them in November by Robert Battle, who used to be the artistic director of Alvin Ailey. So big names in the dance world, big, just stunning movement ideas that are being brought to Dallas. And then I have a great relationship. I used to dance for Bruce Wood, so I have a great relationship there, and they are bringing that to us. So I have not seen that work. That work is being created to be performed this month, actually. And so it's new, and I'm just really excited to see that one live. And a lot of the others, it comes alive when you see it in person. And I think dance just can speak to the body and the soul and the mind when you see it in person sitting in a theater as opposed to viewing anything on a screen. So I hope people come and they're moved in the audience.
Yeah. What are the ages involved? I mean, do you have every young dancers?
We do, yes. Our Next Gen program spans ages 13 to 18, which is really exciting. We have some student work of 18-year-olds, and even I think there's a 14-year-old from Ignite who created a piece, and they're bringing it. And then our performers go up, I think we have a couple in their 50s.
Really?
Yes. And so it's just
really,
I know, it's stunning. And the more that we learn about this art form and how to take care of our bodies, I think the longevity of dancers is increasing, which is exciting because it's such an important art form to society, but also to us. And so to be able to do it for longer, I know is such a gift.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. What is this 254 Dance Fest? What does it mean to Waco as a whole, you know?
I think it really elevates the city and makes it, I know people are still calling it a small town, and I'm not a native Wacoan, and I do think of it as a small town, but it's growing and it's becoming more mid-city size. And I think it is just giving people more opportunities to see what they would see in a bigger space, but within the confines of just the sweet community of Waco. And so I think if people give dance a chance and come and see this, I think they'll be really inspired.
Well, just to be exposed to it,
yes,
you know, and to be able to learn to appreciate, you know, modern dance, just the movement of the human body.
Yes.
And what they're athletes, really.
Correct. Yeah, they are.
For sure.
They are. Yes.
And they get injuries, I guess.
Yes,
too.
I've been injured this fall.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, but all better. I mean, that's
Oh,
just
good,
part of
good.
That's just part of it.
That's part of it. Well, it's just so neat to see this opportunity for the collaboration between all these different groups and just the learning process that goes in the creation of these dances.
The community is really important, and you can't do that in any other way than being in person. So having a festival.
AI is not going to take over dance, is it?
No, I don't think so. I've seen a couple of videos and legs are on backwards, and I'm feeling a little bit of job security, just a little, and that's not normal in the dance world. But
that's funny.
I don't think you cannot recreate the human spirit and what that will, how we create out of that, how we create movement and tell stories. And that's really what dance, especially contemporary and modern dance, we are telling stories.
Well, I know, and you want to have a lot of first-time attendees, so what can they expect?
They can expect some gorgeous dance, beautiful music. I think a lot of people will be more tied to the music, and just that integration of the two art forms is really beautiful. If you're unfamiliar with dance, I think this is a good way to dip your toe in because it's a lot of different pieces. You don't have to follow one storyline for 2 hours. It's a lot of different works that are maybe 6 minutes, maybe 11 minutes. So it kind of varies that way. And some are very maudlin and some are really exciting, in your face, athletic. And so the range, I think, is what people can expect.
Oh, that's awesome. So again, how can folks get tickets? If they need to have a ticket, but you have a certain number of seats. So.
We do have a certain number of seats. We actually are next week. So when this airs, it will already be out. A way to reserve tickets just from our Instagram, and it'll be on every printed thing we have. Just a link to reserve your seat.
But you will need to do that.
Yes, and you can. You most likely can do that at the door too. We're going to find a way to get you a seat.
Okay. And again, the dates are January 9th through the 11th, so mark your calendar. Just be prepared. And it's at the Ball Performing Arts Center at MCC, and great parking there. I mean, it's just very wonderful facility for this kind of thing. And you've had it there before.
Yes, this will be our third year there.
You've had it there before. I knew that. So 254 Dance Fest, it's just going to be a great event.
Yes, I think so.
Thank you so much, Hannah, for
you for
all that you do for the arts community and particularly for dance and in bringing this to our attention.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Stay with us. There is more of the show ahead.
Serving Central Texas since 1889, TFNB Your Bank for Life takes pride in being more than a bank. TFNB, we remain committed to these principles. If you value them too, come join us. TFNB, your bank for life.
It's football season, and we can create your outdoor tailgating spaces that is actually a part of your home. Bifold doors that tie in the inside and the outside, and you can gain anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 square feet living space, all while taking in the big game, poolside. Call us at Gather & Co. Kitchen and Bath, where we can create your unique tailgating space.
Hey Waco, meet your new favorite email. It's called the Waco Buzz, the local newsletter that skips crime and chaos and gets straight to the good stuff. New restaurants, hidden gems, weekend events, and stories that make you proud to call Waco home. It's quick, free, and written by people who love Waco as much as you do. Join thousands of neighbors who already start their mornings with the Waco Buzz at thewacobuzz.com.
A journey into new thoughts, new cultures, new adventures. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey with Babbel now. Go to babbel.com or download the app.
At Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat, we're proud to be your premier destination in Waco for exceptional automotive service. Whether you're searching for a new vehicle, a quality pre-owned car, or dependable service and parts, our team is here to take care of you every step of the way. Visit Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Waco, where great deals, friendly service, and your next ride are waiting. Come by, let's be friends.